You've watched Fear Factor contestants eat live bugs, all for a chance to win. You've seen Squid Game, ordinary people risking everything in deadly children's games. One wrong move, and they're gone. But this isn't new. For centuries, we've been captivated by life and death struggles. Why did emperors cheer as slaves fought to the death? Why did entire civilizations watch warriors play games where losing meant losing everything? And why do we binge shows like Survivor and The Hunger Games, where every move could mean the end? This isn't just entertainment. This is human instinct. It's older than Rome, older than money, older than civilization itself. So why do we keep coming back to stories where survival is the ultimate prize? What is it about these high-stakes games that hooks us so deeply? And why does Squid Game, a show about debt and desperation, tap into something primal inside all of us? Stick around. By the end of this, you'll never watch Squid Game or humanity the same way again. Think about survival for a minute. Usually picture it as a lone struggle hunting, gathering, fighting off predators. But once humans started living together, survival quickly became a group affair. Now, picture this. A prehistoric tribe gathered around a fire. They're not just telling each other about the day's hunt. They're putting on a show. One of the hunters stands up, his face lit by flickering firelight, and begins to reenact the chase. Every dodge, every near miss with a predator, every triumphant shout is exaggerated. It's not just a story, it's an experience. So why do that? Because if you tell a boring story, people tune out. But if you tell a thrilling one, it sticks. And back then, remembering a good, exciting story could mean the difference between life and death for the whole tribe. That's where the seed was planted. It's watching someone struggle, whether they end up failing or triumph. They became more than just storytelling. It turned into a vital tool for learning. And here's the kicker. That instinct, that need to be entertained by survival, didn't stay in the past. But here's something to think about. What happens when that simple act of storytelling evolves into a craving for the raw edge of life and death? Fast forward a few thousand years to ancient Rome. Imagine the grandeur of the Colosseum packed with tens of thousands of people. Gladiators, whether slaves, prisoners, or even volunteers step into the arena. Here, survival isn't just about escaping nature. It's about power, control, and, oddly enough, pleasure. The Roman elites were masters of distraction. They knew if you gave the people bread in circuses, they'd forget their hardships. Those brutal gladiator battles weren't just a way to punish or distract. They were a tool to keep the masses under control. But let's pause here, because the real question isn't why the Romans did this. The real question is, why did people love watching it? Why do we still love survival-based entertainment today?
Attention players.
Let's start with a simple truth. Our brains are wired for drama. Think about it. When was the last time you felt your heart race as someone teetered on the edge of victory or defeat? Whether it's a gambler at the roulette table or a contestant on Squid Game. That thrill of uncertainty hooks us. Why? Because every time we watch someone risk it all, our brain floods with dopamine. It's a chemical high, a rush that keeps us glued to the screen, craving more. But it's not just about the thrill. There's something deeper at play here, a sense of togetherness. Picture this. A packed stadium erupting in cheers as their team scores, or ancient Romans roaring for their favorite gladiator. That shared excitement, that collective emotional high, bonds us. It's why we gather around screens, why we shout at reality show contestants to make the right move. We're not just watching, we're part of something bigger. And then there's the darker side, the part we don't like to admit. Ever felt a strange sense of satisfaction when someone stumbles? Maybe it's a contestant failing a challenge, or a villain getting their comeuppance. Hold on, let me show you this.
From the German words schadenfreude, damage and joy. It means to take spiteful, malicious delight in the misfortune of others.
The pleasure we take in others' pain. It's uncomfortable to acknowledge, but it's undeniably human. Reality TV thrives on it. Squid Game thrives on it. We can't help but be drawn to the missteps, the moments of weakness, because deep down, they remind us. At least, it's not me. And here's the kicker. It's not just entertainment. These emotions, dopamine, bonding, even schadenfreude, are what makes survival spectacles so addictive. They tap into something primal, something ancient. But what happens when the line between what's staged and what's real starts to blur? What happens when the game stops feeling like a game? Take reality shows. Contestants thrown into harsh conditions, forced to outwit and outlast each other. Survivor, Fear Factor, and The Hunger Games. We haven't abandoned survival-based entertainment. We've just modernized it. Take Squid Game. It's not just a show. It's a psychological experiment. Why? Because it mirrors real-world survival struggles, debt, desperation, moral dilemmas. We see characters forced into impossible choices, and we ask ourselves, what would I do? But let's push further. Why do we feel real emotions for fictional characters? Why do we hate antagonists like Shandexu and root for people like Gi-hoon? So we understand why we watch, but why do we care so much? Now, why do we feel real emotions for people we've never met? Whether they're in an arena, a reality show, or a fictional survival game.
Mother. The Lannisters send their regards.
When we see someone suffer, our brains simulate their pain. That's why we flinch when a gladiator takes a hit. It's why we feel the desperation of Squid Game's contestants, as if we were there. Our mirror neurons fire, making us experience a shadow of what they're going through. It's why movies make us cry. Why we physically react to fictional danger. But it's not just about feeling their pain. It's about choosing who we want to win. Humans crave justice, at least our version of it. We want to see good people triumph and bad people fall. The problem? Survival doesn't care about morality. Squid Game plays with this beautifully. We root for Gi-hoon because he's kind, but in an unfair game, does kindness even matter? This is what hooks us, because deep down, we want to believe that the right people will survive. And then there's the strangest part. Even though we're just watching, we feel like we're in the game. That's why people shout at reality show contestants to make the right move. Why Romans screamed at gladiators to fight harder. We're not just spectators. We insert ourselves into the story. We feel the stakes. We imagine what we would do in their shoes. And that illusion? That's what keeps us coming back. And if we're that deeply involved, what does that say about the way we view our world? What if, in some ways, we're blurring the line between being spectators and being players? We like to think we've evolved, that we've left the blood-soaked arenas of Rome behind. But look closer. The Colosseum didn't disappear, just got a digital upgrade. The games have changed. The weapons, thumb scrolling, clicks, and algorithms. The stakes, views, likes, and viral fame. But the crowd, that's still us. Here's the uncomfortable truth. We're not just spectators anymore. We're the ones holding the remote, the ones voting contestants off the island, the ones laughing as someone falls literally on live TV. And the algorithms? They're the emperors now, feeding us more pain, more drama, more suffering because they know we can't look away. Every click, every share, every binge watch is a thumbs up in the digital Colosseum. We condemn the gladiators' blood sport as barbaric. But what about our own? When we scroll through Warzone footage, laugh at someone's humiliation, or binge Squid Game like it's popcorn entertainment, are we really so different? The arena's walls fell centuries ago, but the game never ended.